Whoa. Woo! All right, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do drum comparison. A lot of people, they claim to know all these sounds, but what happens when you can't see the sounds? That changes everything. So I want to thank, right off the bat, Cole Paramore for letting me use his audio. What we've got is 4 Ludwig 9x12 drums. We've got classic maple, classic oak, legacy maple, and legacy mahogany, and they're all different. This is the specs of the drums. Check it out. Okay, so you can see there's quite a difference in the wood, the plies. A couple of them have the rings and the bearing edges. So let's give a listen, and as you're listening to it, get a piece of paper and write down which one you think is the legacy maple or mahogany or the classic maple or oak, and write them down. And you can put it in the comments below if you want to give it a shot, and we'll see how it goes. Here it is. This should be really easy for all these people that, you know, go on these sites and they claim all these, they can hear all these, the differences, the nuances. This should be really easy, you know, for you to get them. And the realization for me was a little shocking when a drum teacher, like 15, 16, 17 years ago, we started talking about drums and drum shells. And he's like, the wood doesn't make any difference. It's just a shell. And he had like a crappy Ludwig accent drum set, you know. And I was like, no, it matters, it matters. And then the more I, studied drum wood and listened to AB videos, the more I decided there's one word for what all this amounts to. It's called marketing. That's what it is. Now take a look at this picture. Now, did you notice how he was holding that shell he was tapping? He was holding it with the tip of his finger. Why was he holding it with the tip of his finger? Because if he squeezes it, that note goes away. The wood is not going to vibrate. Now, what's going to happen when you put a bunch of lugs on it? It's redundant what sticker you put in it. It doesn't, it's just a shell. It's not some magical, note maker. That's the head's job. The heads get tuned at certain pitches. Anyway, there was a drum set that I thought actually did let the shells vibrate more, and this is it. The Peavey Radial Pro, it just, if you're worried about the shells contributing to the sound, this shell design made the most sense because it didn't. The shell was super. I forget how thin it was, but it's fair compared to other like normal drums. It's super thin, and it doesn't have a bunch of lugs in it. But PV made a huge mistake by putting PV on it. Here's an example: Toyota, Lexus, Nissan, Infinity. He should have put another name on it because whoever invented this came up with a pretty wicked design. But the problem is, how do you market something that looks so different? And the PV name was just no, shouldn't have done that. Here in this old modern drummer, a little article, 25 years in the drum industry. Well, there's a Jim Catalano. He was marketing manager for Ludwig. Here's what he says. Yet Ludwig's most revered shells from the 60s were crudely cobbled together, remarks Catalano. They would spray the insides white to make them match. One inside ply might be mahogany, the other basswood, maple, whatever. Yet those are the drums people swear by as the best sounding drums in the world. So what do you think? Does the wood a drum is made out of, does it make a difference tonally? Is there really a difference? And I don't mean on some oscilloscope or some kind of electronic thing. I mean to your ears. Do you walk into clubs saying, yeah, that's maple? Oh yeah, Babinga, but I think the floor tom is mahogany. Come on. Come on. So if you disagree with me and you want to put a comment below, then you got to name what the 4 drums are. If you disagree with me but you can't name them, doesn't it make what I'm saying right? And it's not like I am the first guy who ever figured this out. I used to think the same thing. Drumwood makes a difference until reality hit and I listened to A/B tests on YouTube. Then I realized it's marketing. It's all marketing. So anyway, I hope you like this. And you can hit the thumbs up. That would really help. And subscribe. It won't cost you anything. I would really like that. So I hope this gave you food for thought. And I love the blind A/B test. I just love them. When you can't see that, you have to use these. It's easy to guess when you can see, obviously. But when you can't see, that separates reality from, yeah, I can tell. So anyway, I can't tell. So we're going to find out if anybody else can tell. So we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Like I always say, nobody walked into a club and said, hey, man, a maple drum set. No one ever did that because you can't tell the difference. I mean, they might go, oh, that's a 2-ply head. I mean, they might say that. Hey, man, is that a black dot? I mean, somebody might say that, but they're not going to say the drum wood.